Hey everyone, welcome back to another video from SIC Forex. Before we begin, I'm going to ask you for a quick favor and drop this video a like and also subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss any of my future videos. So today we are going to find the third pair for Dark Venus, our free expert advisor that will be trading live in the market. And in our previous videos, we looked at making set files for both the AUD CAD and NZD CAD pairs. But unfortunately for our third pair for Dark Venus MT5, we see a very large drawdown of 44.21%. This means today's video, we are going to focus on reducing that drawdown of 44.21%. And the same steps we'll be able to follow for any other pair that could potentially work well for a grid trading robot. So what I'm going to do first is run a test and see when the actual drawdown events happened and when the loss happened. To do this, I simply run a test and then look at the results and the graph from the charts and take it from there. So we'll see that a first loss happened on the 15th of March 2022, and then we had another loss on the 17th of January 2023. Remember, the idea behind the stop loss is to protect the account. However, we can make adjustments to potentially reduce the drawdown. So currently we have $1,491 or 44.21% drawdown. So next we are going to go to the chart and take a look what happened during these specific events. So what we're going to do now is remove the grid and then take a look at when it happened. So we're going to go to March when the initial or first loss on the pair, the AUD franc, occurred. And you'll see we had a very long uptrend while our bot was still placing sells. So what we'll need to do is increase the grid distance, and additionally we'll need to make some more adjustments to give it more breathing space, because in the end the market did come back down. We'll see it. The small movements between is not enough for a pair that makes such large moves. Now this is based on historical data, but this is a way to interpret the settings and potentially modify the bot to give you a better trading result. So first things first is we're going to start with the money management settings. Now we could simply decrease the amount of risk percentage, which will give us a lower lot, or alternatively we can set a maximum lot amount, which is going to be my first step. I'm going to change it from 0, which means disabled, to 0.15. And I'm also going to change the magic number to make it easier to identify the expert advisor on FX Blue moving forward. Now that we've made those changes, the next big thing that we'll need to take a look at is our grid options. And the first thing I'm going to change from false to true is comply with indicator conditions. This means the bot will wait until the price comes closer to the central moving band of the Bollinger before placing another trade. Additionally, I'm also going to increase the minimum distance between the grid orders from 200 to 300 points, or 20 to 30 pips. Now, another thing that works very well to reduce drawdown is using an aggressive trailing stop. To do this, I'm firstly going to enable our average trailing stop, and for now use the default values of 50 and 10. What they mean is, whenever the price goes in our favor 5 points or 50 points or 5 pips, it will start trailing by 10 points or 1 pip. So you'll notice that is a very aggressive style of trailing stop, but it is often used by traders and programmers to reduce the drawdown of their expert advisors. Now the first big test is going to be in March, when it previously failed, and you'll notice by making those adjustments it's using a much fewer count of lots, only 4 trades, and it was able to trade through it without hitting our $1,000 stop loss. So what we're going to do next is skip forward and take a look at the final graph of using this modification to reduce the drawdown of the expert advisor. Remember, we originally had a drawdown of 44.21% or 1,491.29. By making these simple adjustments to the expert advisor, by actually looking at the chart and what happened, it can give us a better idea of how to further improve the trading live in the market. So what we'll be doing moving forward is taking 3 different set files and testing them on a live account, which I will then give you guys so that you can see what actually happens and have the opportunity to follow along. Now, as always, it is best to test the set file and make the adjustments for your own broker. However, the set files will be available for download in the link provided in the description. So let's take a look at what happened. Firstly, we survived the previous episode that happened in March, and additionally we also survived the one from January. So you'll notice by setting a maximum lot, the bot doesn't go past that lot amount, keeping a certain level. However, it is recommended to adjust it according to your own account balance. So our total net profit of $1,155 only had an equity drawdown of $652.73 or 17.48%, giving us a healthy profit factor of 2.17. Now our last step is going to be to see how we can further optimize the average trailing stop and step values. So our average trailing stop optimization will start at 50. It will have an increased step of 10 points, and I will stop at 100 points or 10 pips. Now the step value is by how much it trails, and this will start at 10 points and it will go by a step of 10 until the stop value of 100. Remember, the first take target is set at 160, and then for the grid the take target is set at 40. After a few hours, we have our optimization results, and you'll see it starts with the first one and then starts optimizing according to the different settings. Think of this as an X and a Y that is constantly changed in an equation. Now we can take a look at our drawdown percentage, and I'll see our best average trailing stop value still is 50. However, there is a few recommendations that you can make to the step value by how much it starts, further reducing the drawdown to 17.34% and giving us a nice expected payoff factor. In our next video, we will be covering the exact meaning of each of these statistics, so make sure to join me for that. The set file that I will be using is one that has a slightly higher profit, a further 500, and still has a very manageable drawdown percentage of 18.55, remember, on a $3,000 account. It also increased our profit factor to 2.63. Now, to get the most out of this set file, I will be running it on a virtual private server. The reason for this is I want it to be connected and have as low latency as possible. Additionally to this, there will be an opportunity for a Q&A session once we have that results so that we can discuss them further. So what we'll see is still an aggressive trailing stop. However, it does give the price a bit more movement and breathing room. This means we are able to secure smaller wins, but these become frequent and are able to count up towards our bigger goal. Remember from our first graph that this was the time where we had our first loss, which was in March of 2022. But by setting the maximum lot amount of 0.15, it used 2 0.15s before the market returned in our favor. Remember that it is important that every set file should have a stop loss so that you protect yourself from downside risk. It is important to make further adjustments to the grid styles for your own specific broker. However, as I said before, my set files are available for free on the Google Drive, so feel free to test them for yourself. So what we'll see is the balance and equity curve is a bit more aggressive than we previously saw when the trailing stop was too tight. When a trailing stop is too tight, you will often see it will secure small losses or not enough profit. So it is important that you adjust the trailing stop according to your own trading circumstances and the environment that you are currently trading in. For example, if you experience a high latency, it might be recommended to use a further or larger, slower trailing stop that could slowly follow price as it moved in your direction. Now the set file, like I said, that we have made will be run alongside the AUD CAD and NZD CAD on the channel. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss any of our future videos. So we still have our drawdown spikes. However, during the 15-month period, we didn't hit our drawdown limit, meaning we didn't hit a loss. And by doing this, we were further able to reduce our original drawdown from $1,491 to only $600, still gathering a total net profit which is up from the 1,100 to 1,605.58 cents, with that beautiful profit factor of 2.63. Because of the smart trailing stop, it won a total of 84.76% of its trades, which is really impressive. And it is important to note that our maximum draw halting time was quite long, meaning you might get stuck in a trade for a while. So moving forward, like I said, we'll be testing these live and then making further adjustments to the set file to make more improvements. So I hope that you found this video helpful, and I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy trading. Bye.